years, before which it was nothing more than a site for warlords. Hello! Hello, and welcome to this final boss fight live stream of D&D, The Golden Tooth, the adventures thereof. My name is John, and I am the DM for this campaign, and I'm going to be looking that way a lot, because that's where my adventure's written down. Joining me tonight for this game is Amy.
Goodbye, 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 and welcome to this first boss night stream.
Who apparently has been watching Tenet.
Hey.
Sian.
Hey. I would try something backwards, but the brain just won't do it.
Hello. Yes. Yep.
Not happening. I'm here, but not all the brain cells are with me.
And we're also joined by Sean.
Words.
Who apparently hasn't been given tonight's script.
What's a script?
I was also going to try and do something backwards, but I was going to try and say all the words that you said backwards, like boss, fight, final.
The only... From doing all the video editing, the one word that I picked up on being able to pick out in reverse is hello. Because I watched the start of the stream in reverse to get to the start of the, like, where I start talking, so I can really pick out myself going, whoop! Fun fact. Fact. Probably not that fun.
Depends who you are. It's fun to some.
When last the Golden Tooth assembled some months or so ago, you guys climbed a mountain.
Yeah.
You were going to a monastery that has been infested, overrun, taken over by some cultists. You're not sure to what extent. You are attempting to sneak up on them by getting across the glacier and sneaking in through a backdoor entrance with the assistance of a hermit, a member of the monastery who has decided to live a more hermetic lifestyle. Upon crossing the glacier, you've frozen several body parts off.
Did like my toes, but sometimes they've just got to be left behind.
You've Pyrolus suffered probably the worst out of everybody, but you also suffered one of the worst rolls I've ever seen Roll20 inflict on a group of players.
Yeah.
Ever, which is saying something.
Do we need to put that in a frame?
We'll get you a little plaque made up.
I survived this.
I survived the worst roll ever, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Make a t-shirt, John.
But you managed to make it up the mountain. You managed to fight off some ice spiders and some ice mephits. You avoided an encounter with the Yeti. You avoided another encounter with some Remoruses, much to the chagrin of Calderax, who was left behind with an incapacitated Pyrolus to take care of as Malzere used their new spell of Dimension Door to escape with How.
The idea that Mal was just running along with like How literally under his arm, just like outside it. It's like a plank.
You did manage to spend the night with an ice giant druid who informed you some details about the storm and its more unnatural nature, but also revealed that she wasn't entirely against the storm running its course and causing a lot of destruction, just that she wasn't opposed to you stopping it either.
It's a very ambivalent person. Like, meh.
Yeah. Eh. So on day 5 of your trip across the glacier, which in theory is the day that you should find yourself in range, if your map is correct, of finding the Hermit.
And if we've not let Hal touch it.
Yeah, as long as Howard's been nowhere near the map, we're okay.
The map's been entirely in Caldorax's control, with Pyrolis lending a hand.
They have.
So it's been safe thus far. So day 5, you should find the cave with Mivel the Hermit. Sean, could I get one survival check from Caldorax with advantage if Pyrolis is going to lend a hand again?
Yeah.
Good.
Really, I'm just holding the corners of the paper out so it's not flapping in the wind.
You've got 2 corners, Caldorax has the other 2.
Yeah, we're sorted.
I will sing the map song from Dora the Explorer.
Yes.
Malzray will hold Hal back while singing that song.
I forgot all the words.
So with a natural 1, Mal, do you want to show us roughly how the song sounds?
Map, go places. Hooray! Spanish words. Woo!
Yeah, that sounds like a natural 1.
That's gonna be a hit.
Sick beat over top of it, it'll be fine.
So with that 15, Sean, you plot where you're going, and you can sort of you're starting to see where the monastery is on the very distant horizon. Even with the storm whipping around, you can sort of see signs of something in the distance. And you start to walk towards this, and it's the 4 of you walking along, trudging through the cold, trying to keep together and avoid the wind. And you're keeping track of the party, and there's Malzare and Pyrolis and How.
Oh my.
And yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it gets about just after midday, early afternoon. You've stopped for something to eat. You carry on the journey, and there's Malzare and Pyrolis and How and yourself, and you notice another person following you.
Like,
Which what?
at a distance, or have they just joined our group for the lol?
There is a old, bald man with yellowish, also almost parchment-like skin, who you don't remember when they appeared. You just kind of look round to count the rest of the group, make sure that no one's fallen over or gone missing in the snow, and suddenly there's this old man wandering along with the rest of you.
Hi.
Stop.
Hello. Yes. That's what you say, isn't it? Hello?
Hence B.
In common, yeah. In Infernal, we say insert infernal greeting here.
In Infernal, we say.
Interesting language, Infernal. Sounds like screaming.
Mostly sounds a lot like screaming.
Hello. Who are
Not-
you?
Hello.
You've not spoken to people for a while?
It's been a little bit, yes.
Is this because of some sort of hermetical existence?
I mean, I suppose you could call it that, yes. It's, well, you don't get many visitors up here. And he just sort of looks around as if he's a little confused as to why not.
Thinks to self, yeah, not got a clue why.
Such a happening place up here on a frigid mountain.
Have all of the parties.
Yes. I don't like parties. I don't like people. That would be a bad idea. I'd have to move somewhere else. Somewhere where there aren't parties. I don't like parties. I don't like people.
Well, too bad, mate, because we're party lovers. Isn't that right, guys? Hey?
I heard your singing. You don't have to lie.
Hey!
Applies burn ointment to Thank goodness you resisted fire damage.
What? What are you doing here?
Taking a stroll. Mate, what does it look like we're doing?
I'm taking a stroll, so...
Why are you taking a stroll? We're taking a stroll.
Well, I'm...
Looking for you.
Why are you looking for me?
We're
We...
assuming it. Has he told us his name?
Nope.
Yeah. So I assume it's this man we're looking for. Looks the fire.
Really are the chances of there being two up here? If there's
I mean, we've already found a druid frost giant.
Yeah, but it's cold up here. Frost giants make sense up here. A random dude just... Sorry, sir. What is your name?
It's been a while.
That's a strange name.
Nice to meet you. It's been a while.
I think they used to call me Mivel.
Yep. Strong, strapping neck.
It's, I don't get much use for it out here on my own.
Really hadn't really thought of it like that, but I guess that does make sense. Either way, you were the one we were looking for.
I'm the one that you want.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thank you for getting that. Why?
Why?
Why are you looking for me?
Well, we've been sent to investigate what's happening up in the monastery, and you apparently might know a back way in?
You should... And he sort of looks around widely. You should come to my cave. It's nearby.
Is it warm? Vaguely.
It is warmer than this hillside.
Yeah, I'm pretty sold, you guys.
The wind is listening. We should go.
The wind is listening.
Yes. Yes. Shh. 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 Shh.
Lead the way.
Let us go. Let us go to his cave. Just leans into Malzrick.
What?
Easy.
Okay.
Wind is listening. We should.
I wind!
Da 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 da. Let's.
Lead the way.
He starts to speed up his walk so that he is at the front of the group.
I win, so I've got a great deal on some potions if you want them.
and he sort of leads you. He leads you towards towards the mountainside. And could I get perception checks from all of y'all?
All of y'all.
Checks. We
It's
can
really setting
see.
the precedent for today, isn't it?
Perception. Am I at disadvantage?
Yes, you are.
Why?
Because it's cold.
Because I'm cold.
Oh.
Cold.
Ireland still has a level of exhaustion
So chilly.
due to chilliness.
Perception. I didn't do too bad. Was the 19?
The 19 is how.
How? Saved by the how.
He will whisper to you, Pyrolus. The man's saying he's wondering if we're the right people to help.
Help with.
He's not saying what. He does look like a monk, though. We used to have people like that at the monastery.
We should keep an eye on it. Maybe we can get him to talk. Maybe.
He might be more at ease if... I mean, if the wind is listening... The wind up here... Is it all Akadi, or... I mean, if Akadi's listening, that's not a problem.
Oh, can you get a Cardi to speak to them then?
No, but sometimes it means other people are listening, but you're not sure quite where. A bit like the phrase, the wolves have eyes.
I've seen a place where the wolves have eyes.
Yes.
That was
it's not
weird.
Not a nice place, but maybe we can talk to him more when we get to somewhere he's comfortable. We just need to be on guard. Let the others know as well.
I'll tell Mao.
We're going to start a Chinese whispers.
I mean, you can tell Cal. Or I could get Mal to tell Cal.
You tell them, I'll engage him in just some light, non-suspicious conversation, perhaps.
Okay. Hal will slightly slow his walking pace to drop back level with the tieflings.
Oh god.
Why?
The man is questioning whether we are the right people to help.
With
He's
Mate.
not saying with what.
Oh my god. Are you trying to imply we hiked all the way up here for nothing?
No, he is questioning. That means we might be the right people to help.
and he's saying this while just talking to himself, I'm assuming?
Yes, like he didn't want us to hear necessarily.
Always good when you're one hope of getting into somewhere is a madman.
Yeah. Just like you got into the church, Cal.
Just like you get shows booked in taverns now.
Yeah, but that's my job.
They have different types of snow.
I've never seen so many types of snow. This is so unusual.
I'm wonder if I count every single snowflake.
Have you ever seen an identical snowflake? I haven't.
Well, we'll have to convince him either way, so...
As you get into his cave, which isn't very far away, and you can see that he instantly is more relaxed at being somewhere more safe that he more recognizes.
Can I attempt a perception just to see whether anything feels off about the place?
Yes.
I mean, given that I'm at a disadvantage, I don't have high hopes, but...
There's a possibility.
That's not the worst.
You see his wall of various pictures with, like, bits of string going between.
Nothing strikes you as out of place. This isn't a well outfitted cave. Like the can't remember her name now. What was her name? Marika the Ice Druid had sort of a well decorated cave that was
homely.
very homely, sort of had a fire going and sort of all the furs and things. This is much more Spartan of a cave.
Okay.
But nothing sets off any this guy's an insane serial killer vibes.
Not even the pile of skulls in the corner. It's...
Good to know.
He offers you seats on the floor because he's only got one chair.
Are we safe to talk now?
Yes. Please tell me your story. Why are you here?
Did you mean that the wind was listening? I can understand the concern.
I met with someone from the monastery recently. They informed me of untoward activity at the monastery. But we are not the right... she and myself were not the right people to deal with it.
Oh, I see. So you fear that the untoward activities and who's causing them would be listening.
Yes.
That does make sense. That's not dissimilar as to why we're here.
So tell me, who are you, and tell me about yourselves.
Does anyone want to go first? What was the name of the person that we spoke to who,
I can't remember the name of the Genassi's name.
Joe Astra.
Joe Astra. Yes. So, we helped out Joe Astra, and in return for saving her, she sent us on an errand to go up a mountain because there was some something happening. I think she was saying there was something suspicious. She suspected something going on up the mountain, the monastery.
Okay. Yes, I know Joastra. Delivers supplies from time to time.
Yes. And so we were sent to investigate and, if possible, stop any evil that might be afoot. We're kind of good at stopping evil. We've done it a few times now.
So you think you're the right people for this?
We don't fully know what's going on up there, really. We just know that apparently, wasn't it that what did the druid woman say? Said something about there being another group that have kind of infiltrated, and they're doing some sort of ritual. I believe
Yes. She was concerned.
Was it wind cultists or something like that? Or air cultists? I can't remember fully.
That would make sense up here.
It's almost been like it's been a month since I've had to think about this kind of stuff.
It's been a long night.
Yeah. Ages.
Yes, it was. It was wind cultists who were opening an elemental node.
That.
Did you say nerd?
No.
Please tell me you got that joke.
Yeah.
What is that buzzing?
What is that buzzing?
Buzzing.
It's gone.
I believe that might be if Shan's phone becomes too close to Shan's microphone.
Could be. That would make sense.
If you...
That's again why I need a proper stand for my microphone.
If you believe that you are the ones to assist in this, then are you willing to take a test to prove your worth?
I guess.
What will this test entail?
This is a test named Riding the Fire.
Right?
If somebody just said something, I didn't hear them.
I don't hear anyone say anything.
Cool.
No.
No, the guy's just hearing voices.
The wind is whispering to him.
I gathered.
We've crossed more of this cold landscape than we would have liked to find you. Surely that is...
We did take the long way up.
evidence in itself.
Yes. Yes, you've done a lot, but you're asking for my assistance in this.
Something you're requiring assistance with. Surely this benefits the both of us. Potentially.
I mean, if you don't want to help, we can go back down the mountain. There's no skin off our nose.
And to lose all that you've given up so far to get here. For the sake of not taking a simple test.
What does this test entail?
All we know is the title.
He leads you further into his cave. Without interruption or outside assistance, you have to ride one of these for 30 seconds. And he gestures into a pit in his cave where he has tethered to a pole a Ramoras.
Question.
Yes.
Mainly, how the fuck did you tether one of them?
I'm specifically talented.
In Remoraz wrangling, that's a very specific skill.
I've had a lot of time up here.
Evidently.
Riding the fire tests 3 core tenets of my order. Self-reliance, skill, and mercy. If you can ride the Ramoras, it proves that you are the right people to help.
My God, why does all this shit have to be so complicated? Look, mate, why couldn't you just become a bard instead? When you're a bard, all you need are hands. That's it. Then you can strum things. That's it. It's not that fucking hard.
Who?
You could have taken up knitting. I mean, this, I mean, I'm sure if you managed to like wrangle, I mean, if you can wrangle a Remorash, you could probably wrangle a Yeti, and they've got plenty of fur and stuff on them. Just start knitting jumpers.
I do like jumpers.
Jumpers would be useful in this climate.
Maybe I should get some jumpers.
You should get some jumpers.
Will you?
Anyway, you want us to ride one of those things?
Yes. 30 seconds. Then you can fall off. You can.
Get horribly mauled.
You won't be mauled by it.
So far, all of my experiences with these creatures have involved nearly being mauled by them.
Well, as you say, I'm an excellent Ramoras wrangler. Probably.
Right.
Probably the most skilled on this mountainside.
Mind me, the skills you said that it shows, what were they?
Well, it's the 3 core tenets of my order. Self-reliance. You aren't permitted to have any outside assistance in your attempts to ride it. Skill, to stay on top of the Ramoras. And then mercy, because to take part in the test you aren't allowed to kill or permanently injure the Ramoras.
I don't see how your order practices self-reliance. Just as a side thing, you rely on resources from down the mountains, so it's not self-reliant.
Well, some members of my order do. Some members of my order do, but I hold myself to stricter guidelines.
Has this animal been chained here?
Not too long.
Long enough for it to be absolutely starving. It will tear someone apart if anyone comes near it.
It is well fed.
And now I'm just imagining some dumpy,
The barrel.
just this absolutely chunk-tastic rimmer.
Not that well fed.
Well, if we're gonna have to ride this thing, fine. Takes off coat, rolls up sleeves.
So as I say, no outside assistance.
So I'm assuming that means no magic or anything like that.
No, nothing. Anything that you can do yourself, you are welcome to use. Anything they do to assist you, you fail the test.
Oh, damn it. Okay. No, that's not going to work. Just quickly rummaging through my spell list to see if there's anything
Damn it,
that'll
forgot
help.
to pack the Spider-Man grip.
I do have that.
Okay.
Which I don't know if it will help me or not, but I do have the. I do have the spider staff that lets me cast spider climb threat.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll cast spider climb on myself just in case it helps. Just it helps with grip or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Using one charge from my spider staff. Boop. And I'll boop it into the chat as well, because fuck it. And I think that's all I can really do. I don't think there's anything in my arsenal that can help really. I got calm emotions, but it's only for humanoids. So
The Ramoraz is not a humanoid.
I am fully aware that it's not a humanoid, but that's the only thing I could think of that would help. I don't think I got anything else that could.
Let's have a look. Please
I
don't
don't
tell me
have.
all of my spells are humanoids.
I don't have. I've already got hold. Do I have hold monster? I don't think I have that.
Can I guess it?
But that'll be on your turn. You can guess. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else I can really do to. I don't think I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure nothing I've got in my thing will help with regards to calming it down or making it more docile or anything like that.
Okay.
So I think I'll just stick with spider climb. I mean, I could try and do a web on it as well to just like on its back, just like stick myself on it. But I think that'd be a bit silly. So yeah, I'll just keep with spider climb and hope that helps me with grip at the very least.
Okay.
And I shall climb upon its back.
Just use the web to like mesh together a hat for it, just to be sure.
Are you climbing directly onto it, or are you going to try and sneak up on it?
I'm gonna try. Kind of just approaching very calmly, like you would with
Okay.
a spooked horse. Even though this is a very big,
Very big spooked horse.
So yeah, just take easy, easy, easy now.
Okay. Can I get an athletics or an acrobatics check?
Acrobatics is my best, and that's only a +2. 21.
You walk very slowly and calmly up to the Ramoraz, and you just kind of walk up one of its front legs, and you plop yourself down on top of it,
Toasty.
and it's rather warm, and it starts bucking like a bucking bronco.
Well, shit.
But you're spider climbing to it.
So, now John has to think, now, what the fuck would that do?
Which spider climb
Require a fan art of this.
it doesn't mention that you can like stick to things permanently. So I'm going to give you advantage at this.
Oh.
Can I get an athletics check at advantage?
Have fun, bitch.
I'm not very athletic.
And at the end of 6 seconds, it bucks you off. And it just manages to turn very suddenly, and you just come off it and land on the ground. You don't take damage, and you manage to roll away from it.
Lol.
That's attempt
What's
number
that,
1.
Mal? You next?
Wait, how many attempts do we have?
You have 3 attempts each.
Alright.
Go again?
It's up to you. Do you wish to take all of your turns?
Yes, I'm taking all my turns now. If I fail, I fail.
Oh, okay.
Whilst this is going on, I feel like I should be resting.
Okay.
But I'm not going to gain anything exhaustion-wise unless it's a long rest, am I?
Yeah, you'd need to take a full 8 hours.
She will be sat watching intently, just trying to learn anything she can, while sort of resting as much as she can, but it won't make any difference.
Okay. So Sean, can I get another acrobatics check for you to mount the... I'll give you advantage in this as well, because spider climb, it makes sense that it's easier to get back on.
Again.
You once again approach it slowly and climb up one of its front legs, plop yourself down on its back, and it starts to buck again.
Right. So, athletics again?
Yes, please, at advantage.
We want bardic inspiration.
20.
Okay.
20.
20!
You manage to sit on it for the first 6 seconds or so. You do take 7 points of fire damage, halved, because, you know, you're tiefling.
3.
3 points of damage. Could I get another check?
No. That's it. I've won. Shut up.
Maybe.
16.
Okay. You take another 6 points of fire damage.
6. Right. Another one.
Another one, please.
7.
Unfortunately, it bucks you off again.
No!
But it was going well. You were over halfway there.
So how did it go?
It's just he's like just staring back at this fucking thing. He's
Aw.
ignoring any cheering or anything. He's just going straight back up and straight back toward it.
Oh, would you like a little sing-song to make you feel better?
No, because that would be helping me, wouldn't it?
Oh, okay. Well, no, the offer's still there.
So acrobatics again. To get it
Yes,
on.
please.
20.
You
Good.
get on again with no problems.
I'm trying to think if I've got anything I can. I really don't think I do. I don't even think. I was thinking about possibly Ray of Enfeeblement, but I think that's a little bit overkill. Just like like enfeeble the thing, like it like
Ah.
just. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to sit on and hope that I can get better.
Okay.
So athletic. Ah. 21! 21!
Okay, so I'll let you have that for 2 rolls. So 2 turns of it bucking. You just you cling on tight. You take 4 and then 6, a total of 10 points of fire damage.
10. Okay. And then another one. There we go. 19.
So this turn you take 5 more points of fire damage.
That's 5. I said -5. Right. And
Another one.
50.
You take another 3 points of fire damage, but you still manage to cling on to the back of the Ramoraz. 1 more.
Oh, come on. Yay.
You take 4 points of fire damage.
4.
But Mivel starts to applaud.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm gonna hold on as long as I can then.
Maybe you are the right people.
Okay, we'll do another one. 14.
You take... Well, that's a good roll. 1 point of fire damage.
Man, as well. I'm just gonna keep going. Fuck this guy. That's all he stands for. There we go.
He will come over, and sort of before you were thrown off, you saw where he was, and he gets to next to you to pick you up a lot quicker than you would expect an old man to be able to move.
Vicious.
But he picks you up, and he hands you back your coat.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Lovely thing once you get to know it.
Yes, they are marvellous creatures. As long as you steer clear of the mouths.
Yeah, a bit warm, but yeah. Off you go, Mal. Smacks him on the back.
Alright. So what are these things called again?
Ramoraz.
Ramoras. Can they understand me?
No, they don't speak language.
Well then, fuck my plan. Okay. Ooh, I have an idea. A wonderful, clever idea. I'm going to go on as normal, and then for every time I'm knocked off, I'm just gonna dimension door right back on its back. Huh?
Okay. We could try that.
I will try that.
Can I get an athletics or an acrobatics check to get onto it?
Ironically, my athletics is stronger. Okay,
I just realised something that I could have done to help myself, but no, I fucked it up. Never mind.
So how does Malzere approach this challenge?
fuck if I know.
Is he just going to charge straight up at it? Is he going to dive at the thing and...
Just play a tune for the hell of it.
Yeah, I'll play the soothing tune to try and calm it down.
Okay, so sort of strumming, you approach it,
Don't kill me.
you leap at the creature, you land on its back. Roll me another check.
Wait, athletics again?
Yes, please.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, you hang on tight. You take 5 points of fire damage as it's a very warm creature you're sat on.
Toasty.
But also you are resistant to fire, so screw it.
Yeah.
Can I get another athletics check, please?
Oh shit.
It's difficult, but you just managed to hold on.
What?
You take another 5 points of fire damage.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Roll again.
Nice.
This time you take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
2 more checks, please.
2 more. 14.
That keeps you on, and you take 4 points of damage.
Okay. And 1 more. F.
You just hold on for the last bit of the timer, and you take 4 more points of damage.
Okay.
Do you leap off as soon as the time's done, or do you want to continue on as Calderax did?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I feel like would.
Roll me another check. Again, tough. You take 7 points of damage this turn. You just sort of you slip into it a bit. You take another 7 points of damage.
That bloodies me.
Holding on really tight.
Oh my god.
You take another 7 points of damage.
At this rate, I'm gonna hold on until I'm unconscious. Oh my god.
4 points this turn.
Okay. Are you fucking joking?
Apparently, Malzere forgot how to let go.
8 points of damage.
Oh god, what's that? 13? Okay. Oh my god.
3 points of damage.
I'm on 10 health.
I think at this point it's actually that more his hand has melted on.
5 points of damage this turn.
Alright, then I'll jump off.
Malzere leaps off of the creature. And you realise a lot of the back of Malzere's outfit, where he was sat on the creature, it's not there anymore.
Steam coming
There's
off
just
him.
smoke rising.
Yeah, he just kind of like shakily bows, just like, I did it! I could have gone longer!
You've not ever seen a tiefling with a burn mark before, but
We have now.
you have now.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. And like every time he just walks away, he's just like, ow, ow, ow.
Malzere sort of wobbles over to the snowy wall and just sort of presses into it.
He does that thing where you're really badly sunburned and you just kind of almost just kind of like lift a leg and plonk, lift a leg and ow. Like walking along like your old wardrobe.
I will heal myself.
Malzere just sort of moves into the corner of the room, backs up into the snow, and there's just a
Oh my god! That was 3rd level as well, and I rolled 2 ones.
Oh.
Sucks to you.
Fucking worth it.
Unfortunately,
do I-
John used up all the good numbers.
Do I want to heal Malzere? Do I? Diddly do, diddly do.
Diddly do. If
Yeah,
anyone has mending as well, that would be great.
I don't have mending. I've got spare the dying. You dying?
Only if he holds on for another round or two.
I'm going to go up to Malzere and just happy now.
Very happy. Hey, I did it in one go. That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. Pat pats him on the back.
Enough.
As casts Cure Wounds.
I despise you with a passion. Oh, thanks. 23.
So sorry, what are you at the moment?
I'm now on 35, so I'm not bloodied anymore. Why?
So just a little bit of steam.
What are you at the moment, Calderax?
I am at 40 exactly. I only have one spell slot.
Cool.
Oh yeah, because the one I just got, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
Mivel exclaims that you have successfully ridden the fire.
No fucking
Really? Really? What gave it away?
The burning smell.
Yes, the burning felt that smell on the back.
That maybe was too long riding the fire. I mean, I asked for 30 seconds, not a minute and a half.
Well, it's called commitment. It just shows that we're 3 times as worthy.
I mean,
Mal is most definitely committed.
you have you rode the Ramoraz long enough that the other 2 members of your party don't need to.
That's no fun. I was forward to it, and ours especially.
No. I feel like I like to take one for the team, or in this case, 2. My back really hurts.
I can provide you with a meal today.
Oh, yes.
You can sleep the night here.
Gladly.
It's warmer than outside. Looking at the burn marks around the side of her Malzare's clothes, I have some garb that will help you to blend in with the monks at the monastery.
I will go over to Malzare and do however much of lay on hands he needs.
Oh, thank you.
I can do up to 20. How many do you want? You are welcome to all of them if you need them.
Well, if we're resting, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, may as well.
Takes me to 55. Thank you.
Pyrolis just pats on the shoulder, I assume.
Far more gently than Cal did.
Hang on though, mate. Are purple tieflings really a thing at the monastery?
You will be more unique than most, but the monastery is open to all races.
Oh, ain't that nice?
I will personally guide you up to the monastery tomorrow. I know the master of the gate. And we can get you inside without alerting anybody.
Oh, nice. That's very nice of you.
That is very nice of him, isn't it, Mal? No, I'm not going to.
He hisses at you. It's like a cat.
And so I assume, is there anything you would like to do during the evening while resting at Mivel's cave?
I would like to gracefully pretend that Cal does not exist.
Fair.
Aldrak sit on his own in the corner.
I'd quite like to learn a little bit more about how the wrangling works, just as a
Okay.
in case we come across one either en route to the monastery or on the way back? Is there do's and don'ts of dealing with them?
He explains that if you are attempting to use the Ramorazes to travel any great distance, it is best to try and not sit on them. While it is a test to sit on them for a short time, it's not good for longer trips. He will show you a long chain with hooks at either end that he uses to effectively work as reins. That make it easier to control where the creature goes and easier to hold on to.
Yeah.
He says, however, that they are predominantly wild creatures that will defend their homes and go looking for food, but are better avoided rather than attempting to make them do what you want.
Yeah. This makes sense. It's just, any additional information about anything we might face is well worth it,
Yes. And with that as well, you can also all get 100 experience points.
Sweet.
100 XP.
What does that mean that we are on now?
By my calculations, you should be at 52086.
Oh, I'm way behind.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
miles
way behind as well.
It might be
I'm on 46.
Yeah, same.
might be that I've only been updating your XP on D&D Beyond.
Alright,
So what are we up to?
52086.
Let me change it.
Do you want to do that on Michael's sheet while we think about it?
Yeah.
52086.
Oh, I just want to change mine because mine's frozen. Because I click too much. Woo!
That doesn't sound helpful.
Sorry.
Where is Michael's character sheet? Here it is. And
Oh, there we go. 52.
086.
That's a good phone number. And we're doing a long rest, right?
You are also doing a long rest, yes.
Give me my spells.
So I'm now no longer exhausted?
You are now no longer exhausted.
Well done. I'm proud.
And also, Mal and Cal are back to full health.
Brilliant.
The following morning, he awakes you with a simple breakfast.
What is the breakfast?
I don't know.
John, what's our breakfast?
Probably some meat. Sort of a jerky, very salty meat.
Our pie over the evening probably would have been doing a bit of sewing on some chunks of Mal's clothes. It wouldn't be a good job. She isn't the best at it, but she would know the basics to be able to at least get it to hold together.
Mivil will give you all robes that will let you blend in.
Are they robes that are they warm? Do they go over our winter stuff?
They will go over the winter clothes.
Okay.
This is a monastery that is at the top of the mountain. anticipates that you need to wear something under the uniform.
Just had to check. To be sure.
Because of the location. And he leads you up the rest of the mountain. One moment you are struggling your way through the storm, the snow whipping up, the wind heavy. The next you step out of it, the snow stops falling, the wind lessens to a breeze, you can see the blue sky above through the remnants of grey clouds. And you spot an enormous building plastered against the mountainside. Small path winds its way up, passing through several gates before arriving at the main building. The cloister seems to consist of two parts, a group of smaller white structures at the entrance and a larger yellowish building behind, closer to the mountain slope. A large dome glitters in the sun behind that. It looks ancient, peaceful and strong, a piece of civilization in the middle of a most dangerous wilderness. And Mivil, leading the way, leads you to the first gate, where a large bronze bell hangs next to the gate. And engraved next to the bell is painted on the wall.
It's a sign that says no door-to-door salesman.
No soliciting.
No soliciting.
To be suffering with another is to be the other. Losing oneself and the distinction that any suffering is not our own is our truth. Mivil rings the bell, and the door swings open, and an elderly human with long, unkempt grey hair and a thin beard and a large hooked nose sticks his head out of the door, confused as to who's ringing the bell at this time of the morning, or at any time of the morning. And then when he sees Mivil, he lightens up a little bit. He still looks fairly grumpy. They have a hushed conversation. And then the door closes. And Mivil turns to the rest of you and says, "That is Brother Hearn, the gatekeeper. He has gone to get a guide for you."
Cool.
Okay.
She will show you around, allow you to not unfettered access, but you'll be able to go to the normal places that people are able to go to. Make your inquiries, try to find out who are the cultists, deal with this ritual. Be sensible. Be careful. The cultists, if they catch wind, if they hear that you are here doing this, they will try to kill you. They won't have any compunctions about killing anybody not on their side to take out any investigation. There are over 750 monks in there, so you'll be able to blend in.
Are you sure?
You should be able to blend in.
Are you 100% sure?
I'm fairly confident.
You're not pointing out the 100% nature that we're looking for here.
It's like 95. 98.
95? That's like a 50%. That's like a
I mean,
5% chance.
Come on, the only real person here who can kind of maybe blend in a bit is Pie. Like, the rest of us, like, one of us is blue, he's black, I'm purple. No offense, Cal. Sorry.
You are a...
I'm so sorry, I didn't realize how bad that sounded.
That could be construed as such an awful way.
Alright, you're ashen grey.
Great.
But the point is, we're a colourful bunch.
You are a unique group of individuals, but then the attention of Ilmater falls on everybody.
I mean, don't even get me started on the last group. I mean, we had a Kenku, and she just squeaked all the time. I mean, could you imagine her?
A Kenku with a dwarf who looked like a porcupine? It was...
You have colourful friends.
Just sits there looking puzzled and looks at Hal like,
Hal shrugs. What's a kenku?
Bird that copies, parrot thing, yeah.
like a raven person. Crow person. I
Oh,
think raven is probably better.
They're really useless at picking up when you ask them out on a date. Don't ask me how I know that.
You can't talk, so it's not like they can respond.
Listen, I tried. Anyway.
You know, it's not like you could ask someone else and they could just accept.
Huh. Well, I'll find that person eventually. Anyway, so as we were saying, are you... I think 98% will be okay.
If anything that we can do to like kind of disguise us, does anyone have anything disguising or illusioning?
you have outfits.
you do have outfits. My query.
Query?
Query.
I think Pyrolith might have a query.
Oh no, it's only on self.
Yes.
Ah.
I could
Yeah.
disguise myself.
You
I
could.
make myself colourful.
Pyrolist
I
just
have a
turns
plan.
rainbow coloured.
I have a plan. We can say we were true polymorphed and we're stuck like this. Huh?
Huh?
I feel like perhaps being on a pilgrimage makes the most
Pilgrimage-
sense. It isn't.
Pilgrimage makes more sense and gives us a good reason why they've not seen us.
Ah, exotic. I like it.
Hal points out that he is on a pilgrimage.
Yeah, you don't count.
Exactly. The lie just comes naturally to you.
But it's not a lie.
Well, were you intending on doing a pilgrimage here?
I was going wherever the wind takes me, and the wind has brought me here.
No, we dragged you here, mate.
Arkady sent us here.
Oh my god.
Oh, the tiefling down the bottom of the mountain.
That was a genasi.
That's a point.
But
Alright,
Is there anything we should know about how to act in a space like this? It's not a place that I've spent a huge amount of time.
Hal will say, I have spent a long time at a monastery. We need to follow the orders of those higher than us. We need to train. We should try to find, I guess, the library or the kitchen would be good places to go and maybe get a lay of the land.
Yeah? What's to me?
Okay.
We should try and see if anything different has happened, anything that has changed the regular schedule. And then House's face sort of glazes over as if he's just had a moment of sudden clarity before going back to his normal self.
A moment of, ow, brain cells, I've used too many of them. I remembered all of the stuff that I've not done in ages. Okay. Going towards the kitchens first does seem like a good idea, a good central point. I think I'd quite like to just have a general tour, perhaps, as a lay of the land before we stop to talk to too many people.
Well,
It would be good to know where is, if we do split up at all, where is good to reconvene, where we'll be based.
they are getting us a guide, so... And the gate swings open again. And Brother Hearn pokes his head out. And behind him, a younger woman bounds round the corner.
Okay.
She has long black hair, which she covers half her face with. But what you can see, she has a wide smile. And she comes up and she shakes each of your hands in turn, starting with How.
Oh, I see how it is.
Hello. She's...
Say hello,
Hi. She's about 13 years old.
Aw, Bappy.
Brother Hearn says you needed a guide.
Yeah? I mean, we were kind of expecting a bit of an older guide, but if you're cool with it, sure.
I mean, I've lived here a little while.
We would very much appreciate your time to show us around.
I'd like to hear some of your stories, if you can.
Oh, stories. Well, I've got a good story for you. So this is a story all about how my life got flipped turned upside down.
Go on.
I tell the story because I can't remember the rest.
You'd like to take a minute and just sit right there. The story of
How you
came
found
Prince
yourself in a temple in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not getting sued for that, sure.
It works.
We did it. There's the story.
She'll take you inside.
Halfway around, he's like, just tell me, Mazrick, what is this b-ball?
Roll me a perception or an insight check, whichever you feel.
Oh.
stronger at.
I don't feel strong on either of them, so YOLO.
What was it? Perception or
Insight.
insight?
You're not at disadvantage anymore.
Woo!
Eyes again.
Might as well have been though, even with a +4. Jeez.
Or insight. I am better at insight. I don't know why I rolled that at advantage, but
I'll take your first answer.
whichever. 27.
Calderax. You notice that underneath the hair that she's covering half her face with, it sort of blows away a couple of times as you're walking around. She's got a nasty scar down the side of her face.
Oh. Oops.
Now, does one question, or does one just leave it? I think just leave it for now.
As she shows you round, she explains that in the monastery there are 3 orders of monks. There's the Order of the Chisel, who are they're famous for sculptures, tapestries, and blueberry wine. Most of the Order of the Chisel don't leave the premises, but they bring the money into the temple.
Okay.
The monks in the Order of the Chisel pray and meditate, but they then also work on crafts and involved in the cooking, the housekeeping, that sort of thing. The Order of the Rose are more priestly, warrior-like. They are in charge of defending the monastery both physically and spiritually. And then the librarians, scholars, and scribes form the Order of the Scroll, which is the third order. They manage the extensive library at the monastery. They're typical scholars.
Yeah.
Cool.
She will show you round sort of some of the key elements of the monastery. Near the front entrance, as you're being led in, she shows you the guest house. Which is, if you choose to stay, you'll probably spend some time in the guest house first. She'll show you the kitchens, the library. She shows you the Temple of Ilmater, which is the biggest open room in the cloister. It's a large circular open room with a dome. There is a large statue of Ilmater and an altar at the front, and beyond that, nothing else in the room.
Very nice.
She shows you the medical wing. where they have an apothecary and examination rooms, a smaller shrine to Ilmater. She'll point out the Tower of the Wind.
Make mental note.
Which was added at some point, she doesn't know exactly when, as a place of meditation and solitary practice for those pursuing the wind form martial arts. It's currently closed.
What is that?
Shock. Let's break in, lads.
Has it been locked for long?
The current where is it? I lost the page. 1 second. It's not something you can see as you approach from the... it's sort of behind the big dome that you see as you approach. So it's sort of one of the last places that you can actually see as you're going round on the tour. It's built on top of an existing building.
Okay.
And Mother Cynilia has been carting materials up to fix the stairs and other weak spots within. She explains that Mother Sarvan's body was recovered from the tower. She'd fallen down some of the weakened stairs. She's currently in the medical wing.
Okay.
Oh, she's still alive.
Oh.
She's just...
She died. Okay.
No, she's injured.
Okay.
Injured and unconscious,
Okay.
but still alive.
Well, that's not good.
I was, gonna be saying I could do speak with dead. It'd be cool, but never mind.
What the fuck is happening?
And she'll lead you back round to the gatehouse, guest house.
Question, kid. Do you have an anti-swearing policy?
It is unwise to swear, yes, especially in front of any of the higher ranking members of the monastery.
Okay, what happens if we do?
I really want to imagine that just some really grumpy looking old lady appears behind you and just clips you around the ear.
Probably.
Just appears and disappears like the wind.
Nothing personnel.
just that's right.
The monks have many punishments that they like to dole out depending on the situation.
Oh, do list them.
Is it worse than sitting on the back of it?
One of them is being chained to the back of a Remoran.
It's best not to.
What if I swore, they kicked me out, and then I broke back in and swore again?
That would also be very bad.
Well, what would they do? You got to be specific here, so I just know like what to avoid.
How about just avoiding swearing in the first place?
Okay, what happens if see that part of the building there, that very specific part to the right? What if I burnt that?
That specific part of the building.
Yes.
Which building are you pointing at the moment? I mean, she doesn't know what to say, and she kind of looks to Calderax, Pyrolis, and anyone to assist her with this.
Okay, have a
No,
background
it's
here,
not
right?
going to burn any part of the building. Are you,
I'm just wondering, okay,
Malcolm?
no, just pushing Callaway. Do you have a bathhouse here, lady?
Yes, actually, at the guest house.
What happens if I burnt that down?
The members of the guest house would be very upset with you.
Uh-huh.
The gatekeeper, the doorkeeper would be very upset with you and would probably kick you out.
Not the doorkeeper. Oh my god, guys, we've got to make sure not to upset the doorkeeper.
Moving on slightly. The stairs, you said were weakened.
Yes.
Is anyone in the process of fixing it? Would it be something that perhaps I could
Mother Senilia has been carting up supplies to fix the stairs.
I'd be more than happy to perhaps help. I haven't got a huge amount of experience other than some farm work when I was younger, but it can't be easy getting people with full ranges of skills up here.
No, she. I believe that she has masonry skills. She's been allowed to pick her helpers. I could ask if she wants the assistance.
Would be happy to lend a hand if it would be of use.
Are there any other skills that you would be willing to lend to the monastery? I could ask around.
Besides burning down the guest house.
Anyone? Silence.
I would continue to appreciate it if you don't burn down any of the buildings.
Alright, we'll put that on the back burner for now.
We'll give it some thought. There might be some other ways that we could help, to give something back for allowing us to be here. It's quite an experience to be somewhere quite so different from what I'm used to.
Yes, it's a very... We're all blessed to be here.
How did you come to be here? Were you born here, or...?
No, I was rescued.
Rescued?
Yes, I was, several pages earlier in the book. One moment. I was rescued by a group of paladins of Ilmater.
Oh, nice.
Half-orc. Well, my parents were travelling merchants. From Damara near here. They weren't rescued. But the Paladins brought me here.
And you've been here ever since in this cold, cold, cold mountain.
Yes.
It's really depressing.
I'm learning how to fight. I'm as you say, and she gestures to Pyrolis. I want to give back. I've not decided exactly how yet. But I want to be a great warrior one day. Or a wizard.
That's really nice.
Or a priest.
That's.
Nothing wrong with being a priest. Just
mean,
look at glass.
I mean, being a priest is a great idea, but just keep your options open.
I mean,
Whatever you do, never become some sort of musician or something like that. Such a waste of an opportunity. Isn't it such a waste, Malcolm? Oh, it's such a waste of a profession.
The number of minutes you have left to live is 5.
I'm sure you'll find a place to be of use to the world.
Yes.
It's nice to think that everyone has somewhere that they're meant to be.
I mean, I must have been saved for a reason.
Most likely.
Ilmater will provide me that position. When the time is right, I'll be there to prevent the suffering of others.
That you will. Now, anyway.
Yes. So this is the guest house.
One that we're definitely not going to burn down, alright?
Yes, Malcolm, the one that you're definitely not going to burn down.
My name is not Malcolm.
He's been calling you
It's
Malcolm.
Silly Malcolm. Just taps him on the back. Oh, silly Malcolm.
You're going to hell. My name is Malzaray.
Just so annoyed Michael's not here because he just spent all of his time adding things.
The girl leads you into the guest house, and it's a small inn. Simple building, 3 floors. The floors are wood. There's a small kitchen, a common room. There's a bathhouse on the ground floor. On the second floor, there are 2 large heated rooms. One for the men to sleep in, one for the women to sleep in.
Will be perfect, thank you.
There are a couple of merchants and other travellers staying at the moment.
How many can the building hold versus how many are here? Does she happen to know vaguely?
The building... Well, they don't get many guests. And at the moment, the weather has been keeping people away, but it is also stopping the people that are here leaving.
Oh, okay.
At the moment, there's Adisha Brombottle, who is a female halfling merchant. and she is here with 2 humans. There is Dietriv Starkdale, a male human sage. And there is Lysander Ilaragard, a male moon elf agent.
Cool.
Need them written down somewhere at some point.
Technically.
Just chuck it on a piece of paper in a bit after the session, John. I'll check it on one of the saved sheets somewhere. What time of day is it?
You took a very slow walk around the monastery. So it'll be early in the afternoon at this point. You did note that the height of the mountain, the height up the mountain you are, it was a lot of work to go round the monastery. The air is thin here.
Okay.
But yeah, it's sort of early afternoon.
A bit of time to play with.
Yeah.
I guess perhaps we go and settle some of our things into where we'll be staying, and then do we head to the sort of kitchen area perhaps? That was one of the... that was Hal's suggestion. Can't be all that far off, I assume. For food, maybe? Would be a good way to meet people.
Yeah?
Kitchens are good.
Kitchens are good.
How far is it distance-wise between male and female sleeping quarters?
It's doesn't say if it's on the same floor or 2 different floors.
You get the choice then.
I'm going to say they're on different floors. So you got the ground floor, which is the common room, the bathhouse, and the small kitchen. The first floor, which is men's, and the third floor is the women's rooms.
Cool. Well, sorry, Pie.
Meet you back here in, say, half an hour?
Yeah? Yeah, it works.
Okie dokie. Toki moki moroki. Toki toki smoky.
I will make her way upstairs to see whether anyone's around and to put her stuff away.
Upon entering, Brother Hearn asks you all to sign a guest book.
Hey.
Now, how? This is how you spell your name.
This is where we find out Hal has the most beautiful, immaculate handwriting.
Yeah, it's like...
It's very calligraphied, yes.
He's only got a short number of letters to play with, but damn does he make them fancy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the second he uses anything other than an H, A, or U, it's just like child scroll. It's like... But yeah, Caldrax will sign it, but will just sign it Calvert.
Okay.
Considering, yeah, he's not trusted these people, so he's not giving his full name.
Yeah. Pi will have just gone with Miss Brim.
I'll just put Mal.
How will put how.
Maleficent. No.
As you approach the women's rooms, Pyrelis, you hear the sound of a bottle rolling along the floor.
Can I, am I close enough to be able to stop the bottle or, like, pick it up?
Yep. It's a bottle of blueberry wine, or it was until the halfling emptied it. And just sort of sat slumped in a chair in the room is the female halfling merchant Adisha Brombottle, who sort of looks up and sees you entering and... Who are you?
Hi. You are?
Adisha.
Nice to meet you. I believe this is yours.
I don't need that one anymore. And she reaches into a bag and pulls out another full bottle.
No, this is true, but equally, perhaps not to have it as a trip hazard.
Yes, I suppose.
How long have you been here?
Longer than we should have been.
Yeah, the weather's not been particularly kind, I guess.
No. Is it clearing up at all out there? You're new here.
It's out the window. I'm not sure. I hope it is, though. What was it like on... It was pretty horrific on the way over, basically, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Yeah, it's been pretty awful out there from what we travelled through, but hard to tell which way these things are going to pass.
Which way did you travel here?
It was all a bit of a blur, really. So much of the snow. I didn't fare too well in the cold.
Yes. She pulls the cork out and... Did you want some?
I'm open now, but I may take you up on some later. Unless, if there's any left. No pressure, though. I'll just here to put my stuff down before I meet back up with the group that I came with.
Your loss. And she drinks back from the bottle. There's plenty more where this came from.
Well, sure I'll be able to find you if I want to join. I appreciate the offer, though. Pi will head over to, I assume, like, one of the spare beds. I assume it's kind of like a...
Yeah, it's sort of a hostel type thing.
Yeah. She will... sort of put stuff quite neatly on the beds in the hope that if anyone's rifled through anything, she'd be able to tell.
Okay.
And anything... don't think she's got anything with her that would be a problem. Weapons wise, she isn't any issue. I think she'd probably tie quite a specific knot in the loops of her bag.
Right.
Just again, so that if anyone tried to go through it, the chances of them getting it back the right way are slim. She's just not quite sure yet what's going on.
Cautious.
Yeah. and she'll just hang up any bits that are a little bit wet that she's not going to continue wearing.
Okay.
Before heading back to find the others. Whatever they're up to.
Meanwhile, Malzere, Calderax, and Hal,
Yeah?
you approach the men's quarters and find sat boredly going through a book, a human. Yes? Who are you?
Well, we are the Pillar Men.
The
that is our name. Bizarre.
Okay.
We are the Pillar Men because we don't want pilgrimages. I think that's the right word.
Worry about me. He hit his head on the way in. Not quite.
Many times.
Oh, it's
He slipped on one of the steps and just kept falling every time he felt it just on his head.
I may have 5 concussions right now.
yes, the weather has been rather odd recently, hasn't it?
It has. I had a time getting here. I've never seen so much snow in my life.
Yes, it's causing problems for leaving as well, unfortunately. I shouldn't be here anymore.
Where you supposed to be?
Well, I was researching here. They've got a fantastic library. I should have been moving on to Damara, but it's quite impossible to leave at the moment.
Yeah.
I was
risking myself.
I was researching the development of the settlements by the Damaran people over the last few centuries and their interactions with the goblins and the orcs and the Gnar. But yes, I appear to be rather stuck at the moment. I've just got to... and he looks at the back of the book. This one's on crop rotation. Do you understand how incredibly bored I am to have gotten this far through a book on crop rotation?
Oh yeah, that sounds real crap, mate.
Yes, I've had a similar time when I got through all the books in libraries near me. It's not great.
Wow, the sad priorities of life, am I right?
I mean, I speak 6 languages. I shouldn't be stuck here.
Oh
Well-
no, like, disregarding all the poor children who are starving out on the streets. No, the fact that you speak 6 languages and can't be bothered to read a book is the worst part of your life. Well done, mate. That's
No, the
really
worst part is I
impressive.
am reading the book, because there is nothing else to do.
Well, write your own book.
I've been trying to write my own book on the development of Damaran settlements.
Well, there's the problem.
Oh?
That's a shit topic.
It's not. It's like I said.
Oh, yes, he did hit his head many times.
But maybe write another one for the time being, just to
I mean, I suppose...
some sort of travel journal for the time being. Where you've been so far, and then by the time you get here, hopefully the weather will clear up.
Where I've been so far bloody nowhere.
Was this the first destination?
Oh, you mean before getting here? I suppose.
Yes. Well, like from your home to where you first went, and what you found there, and the place, and what you saw, and just like it could be some once you get out of here, there'll be some money in it. You know, some people like travel journals and stuff.
Oh.
I mean, I suppose I could write a book about some sort of an author who gets trapped in the snow.
I don't know, just something. I can't. You could have it like it's got some sort of weird, like psychological element and weird. It's
Yes.
psychic.
I mean, it is. Being stuck here with so little to do is making me rather.
Makes you a dull boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell you what, author goes up to a mountain retreat with his wife and child.
I like it.
Exactly. Yes.
And then there's a lot of snow.
I'm going to stop now before we get obviously sued for just describing The Shining.
Has to be a very specific carpet in the.
Very specific carpet. But you know, we're talking about that. Pretty cool.
Yes, I suppose I could do.
It's something to pass the time, at least.
What are you here for? How did you get here?
When we set off, it didn't seem that bad, and then we got like
Famous last words.
Exactly. And then, you know, we were stuck in a storm, and it was like, either we can go back, or we can just keep pressing on, and we pressed on,
And now you're here.
and now we're here, and we're probably in the same boat as you.
Well, which way did you come up? Did you take the main road?
Now, I know we did, but I don't know whether I want to tell him we did.
You didn't.
That's what I mean. We didn't. That's what it was reversed. I know we didn't, but I don't know if I want him to know we didn't. Yeah, totally, we did. Why are you lying to me?
Yes, I suppose the main path would make the most sense. Probably.
I mean, we had to veer off it. We had to veer off it a fair few times because stuff blocking the path, but kind of.
Well, that's
went a bit off, bit on.
Fabulous, really. We trapped up here then.
Hopefully not longer. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know. If only I had a druid friend who was able to control weather or something.
Oh yes, if only we had a druid friend up here.
But anyway, I'll let you get back to your...
Yes, back to my potatoes.
Back to your reading and writing.
Yeah. Maybe.
You need to let the land lie fallow for a year. It's very important.
That's good. While you're at it, maybe write about all the starving people on the street. That'll bring a lot of awareness and probably help them out a bit. What do you say?
I mean, I suppose I could do it after the other book.
And how long is that gonna take?
Oh, I don't know. I've not written it yet.
Okay, well, make it quick, because I'll pay a lot for that book.
For the scary book or the children starving book?
The children's starving book, and not in the sense that I'd actually read it, but the fact that it will fund it, and I want those funds to go to those starving children, you know?
I'll think about it.
Alright. Yeah, I can see this as a good sort of business venture thing. Thanks, mate.
You guys all meet back up again.
Don't say I'm I'm not a good role player. Okay.
Meet anyone interesting?
An incredibly bored man.
I mean, I met an incredibly drunk woman.
Wow.
Clearly, clearly not coping well with the.
Neither was our gentleman. He was apparently reading a book on crop rotation.
The entertainment around here is kind of shit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a monastery. Monasteries aren't normally known for their active nightlife.
Well, he could invest. It'll probably help the momentum and the enthusiasm. Party to the god, you know.
Did make me think.
Oh,
I was asked how we got up here. I just passed it off as struggled in the cold, wasn't 100% sure which way we came. But we need a reason for being here. We need to be on the same page, at least, and how we got up here. There's too many people seemingly around the rest of this site to
well,
confuse things.
the bored gentleman, I told him that we took the main road, but I don't know if that's a good idea to tell them. I mean, I'm not sure if he even believed me, but it's the fact that if we say we took the main road and that gets to people who are watching the main road, they'll be suspicious of how they didn't see us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they know we didn't take the main road, they'll be suspicious as to why we didn't take it.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one. I just worry that with so little to do here, there's a maybe higher chance of gossip. People do like to find any entertainment they can. I'm sure that's not the case with everyone, but
Yes.
it just made me think.
As for reasons for being here, I think pilgrimage is the best option. Because why else would you? Unless we came here with a bunch of supplies, which we didn't, then we could at least go. We were doing a supply run, but
So we came as pilgrims with Hal. After all, he is
on pilgrimage.
I am on a pilgrimage.
On a pilgrimage, and B, following.
Oh my god, this is Journey to the West, isn't it?
Following where the wind takes him, and there is a lot of wind high up. Then that doesn't. It takes the pressure off us a little bit, needing to know.
I mean, technically, we can tell them that Hal is on pilgrimage, and we are his bodyguards.
We're here to support his journey.
We are here to support him and protect him. I mean, you are good with weapons. I am a healer. Malzray is also healer and.
And Malzray is also here.
Healer and supportive person. He inspires me.
Yeah.
So
And
each one
bards are known for telling of stories. So
telling of stories. So, technically wouldn't be a lie that he's on pilgrimage and we're here to assist and protect him.
Okay, so we're here with Hal on his pilgrimage as support. We attempted to come the main route, but due to the weather conditions, we ended up blown off course and just knew that we had to head to the top of the mountain.
We took a wrong turn. We ended up on the glacier. We just kept going.
Yeah, because this is the top. It's entirely feasible, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just
As long as we got our story straight.
just with me being in a separate room, I don't get the same cues as perhaps you can talk through together. But that works. Okay.
That worked. And to make 100% sure, I will remember to pack a certain spell that I have when the morning comes.
Alright.
Well, I got access to sending, so I'm use it.
Yes. That would
Just
be handy.
we've told just Pyrrhus, we've told someone that we killed a purple mongoose on the way here.
So do you guys head to the kitchen?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Oh,
Okay. You get to the kitchen and it's very busy. There are 750 people here that need to be fed twice a day. You get there sort of the middle of the afternoon. They are prepping for an evening meal, which is stew and bread.
Yummy.
And goat milk or water is available to drink.
God.
The melted snow, it's nice and chilled.
I'll have water.
How many people are working in the kitchen?
Yes,
A fair number.
that is
Like
information that they
10-ish.
could give you. I'm gonna say 10.
Okay.
There's also
If it's just stew and bread, 10 is more than enough to be
yeah.
able to.
It literally just says most monks are temporarily assigned to work here,
okay.
but a few are permanent. In the same space as the kitchen, there's also the winery, warehouses, and wine cellar.
Yeah, what? No way.
Do you help with the kitchen staff, or just sort of ask around?
I would probably lend a hand if just to be able to get a sort of generalized conversation going and just getting to know people, how long they've been here,
Okay.
the sort of basics, while she's just chopping stuff.
Caldrax probably wouldn't help because he's not the most culinary minded. So he'll just like plonk himself down and try and drop on conversations and stuff.
Try to look busy.
Yep.
I'll just play motivating music.
Um,
It's like, you know, in High School Musical 2, like, we got to work to work this out.
No,
Yeah.
because I've never seen High School.
I mean, agreed, but
I'll send you the song later.
I have seen High School Musical. Weirdly, it wasn't my particular choice. It was a boyfriend at the time who wanted to watch it.
huh.
Questions. Many questions.
Pyrrhus, you managed to strike up a conversation with one of the permanent kitchen staff, by the name of Brother Borovic, who is a human.
Oh man.
A human. And he'll ask, like, he'll just chat generally about things. Is there anything specific you're looking for? Like, he'll make small talk.
How long he's been up here if he's been up here for a while, whether he's ever seen weather like this before, because to Pi it's just insane.
He's been up here a good number of years. He hasn't seen weather like this before.
Trying to think what else I might be able to get away with asking that's just in general chit chat. Maybe what brought him up here. You know, whether there's specifics that he's studying or that kind of thing.
He believes in the teachings of Ilmater and can assist with cooking, so that's why he's the cook, the master cook.
Head chef.
Head chef. Master of the cooks.
What's with this beef? It's fucking.
He knows
Goes
that
around calling people idiot sandwiches.
he knows that a lot of the monks see the cooking as a necessity, but a chore. Something for the novices to focus on before they can move on to more important things, but it's sort of a passion for him.
I thought monks don't need to eat.
There are some that have learnt meditative ways.
Yeah, there are some circles of them that don't require it, but I think most do.
No, I think it's like, I can't remember what level it is, but there's a level where monks no longer need to eat or drink or something.
He explains that there are very few here that have that level of training.
You see how soon you won't be able to eat food, and it won't waste you away, but you'll get lots of satisfaction. How do you feel?
Now that they've broken your very soul.
Level 15.
Don't know.
Level 15, you sustain yourself with none of the frailty of old age, you still die of old age, and you don't need food or water.
Nice.
At that point, what's Hal's requirement for air?
He doesn't need that either.
So he's just like, screw everything.
I'm just going to go sit at the bottom of the sea.
Pi will just continue with, I think, you know, food's important. It brings people together. It's a chance to talk and to
Yes.
share knowledge. There's nothing, from what I've heard of meditating, there's something quite interesting about the conversation that happens around it.
There are... that while we do have obviously a lot of monks at the monastery, there's not a lot of them that reach that level of meditative skill. I know that some of the higher ups definitely have that ability. I believe Brother Mivel hasn't been seen in the monastery for quite some time because his abilities allow him to pass without food or water.
Mivel.
Fascinating.
I
Can't imagine what that would be like. It's always been a chance for family for me. It seems very alien but fascinating all the same.
It's not that you don't still get the urge, you just don't require it. There's still the
Dear
option.
parents, why the fuck did you not raise us as monks? All of our problems could have been avoided if you did.
It's it's still a possibility to eat.
Don't need to.
You just don't need to.
Well, that's shit. Well, I mean, it's not shit, but it's kind of shit as well, because I like eating. I like the satisfaction of being hungry, and then you're like, then you're like, ooh, I feel full now. So when you're just at a time where you just kind of like, don't really need to do it at a time, that would be a bit boring, wouldn't it?
I can't speak to it. I'm not at that skill set. You'd have to
Well,
ask.
Let me know when you are. Here, write down address. Send that. Wait, when you get to that level, send that to me and tell me what you think.
Just receive a message at some point. 30 years from now.
I'm sure your blue friend here will be able to tell you when he's skilled enough.
Yeah, but he'll give me some weird cryptic answer just like, Bacardi says I don't need to eat food, and that's gonna be shit, so you can give me a better answer.
Maybe you know some other monks who can tell you.
Their answer will be, Ilmater means I don't need.
Think there's anything else that Pi could get away with asking?
Roll me a perception check, everybody.
Perception.
Come on, roll 20, come back.
Check I am on normal. I am good.
Oh, give me a bit.
No.
Oh, no.
These fascinating potatoes that I'm chopping.
You great spuds.
You just get distracted by the torrent of abuse that comes out of the head chest.
Just got bread either side of my head, and I'm sat there like, no.
It's a very good place, torrent of abuse. What the shirt do you think you're forking doing? Malzere and How. You both notice you know, like by the door you might get like a coat stand or similar. By the door in the kitchen, there's just a set of keys hung up on a hook.
Okay.
It looks out of place.
Are they car keys?
They are not car keys.
Okay. Then they're dead to me.
Then I am done.
My work here is done. But you didn't do anything! Whoosh!
Fuck you, Superman.
God. I will keep that a note.
Okay.
I will keep that a note when I inevitably steal those keys.
After all, there's only one way to find out what they truly do. Sneak out at night and use them somewhere. See what happens.
Yeah. Alright, can we, like, leave and then I'll try and steal the keys?
Okay.
Let's see how the monks punish me for this.
I guess we could wait for the hubbub of everyone serving.
Yeah.
Because
Alright,
everyone
well-
would be at the front filling plates and things, so...
Alright then, yeah, we can wait for the distraction, then I'll try.
Okay. Eventually people start coming up for dinner. Roll me a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Ooh, nice.
I think it's fairly safe to say that you swipe the keys and no one sees.
Are you sure anyone's got a perception of 30?
Well, I'll give it a roll, but... no, they rolled a natural 1.
I mean, food is really important in this place.
I mean, as far as they're concerned, the keys were never there to begin.
Keys? What keys?
Alright, well.
You have 2 keys on sort of a key ring.
Does it have a nice keychain as well?
No, just sort of a plain ring that they can hang it.
Okay. Well, what can we use these keys for?
Sorry, 3 keys.
3?
3 keys.
Okay. And
Make an investigation check.
well, time to go to the car. If anyone wants to roll it as well, I'll show them the keys.
Pyrolus, make me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Oh my god.
Well,
I mean, I can't say I didn't try.
yeah, no, you've all tried.
An attempt was made.
So,
Shall I
is that
roll
a
for?
Yeah, you're gonna need.
Shall I roll for Cal?
Yeah.
Alright.
Come on, Cal. Save us.
No luck.
Dear Lord.
You look around, but you sort of head back towards the guest house, and you don't see anywhere that the keys would work.
Maybe they have to work with someplace else. Just a thought.
I guess we hang on to them. Maybe
I
I'll
will.
reinvestigate them tomorrow.
I will throw the keys in a bowl.
Don't know where you got the bowl from, but
I will. Hang on, let me check my spells.
Summon bowl.
I cast summon bowl in attack mode. Can this? Hang on a sec. Oh. I will create a hand-sized bowl and then throw the keys in it.
Okay.
I feel like we've all just been on morphine this entire session. By we, I mean I. Because this is the most chaotic evil Malzari has been since the apple stealing incident.
yeah, this is true. I thought I'd felt that kind of level of chaos. Now I remember why.
So you found some keys.
Yeah.
You didn't find anywhere they'd go.
Whoa.
And now Malzare has just stolen the keys.
You missed the next bit of the story, John. Made a bowl, put the keys in the bowl.
Yes.
This is why we can't take. This is why we can't go to nice places, Mauser.
But you've started to head, or you're heading back to the guest house. But if there's anywhere else you'd like to go,
If it's getting towards evening time, I would think that just going back to the guest house is the best thing.
you waited at the kitchen until dinner was being served.
Right.
Because you used the hullabaloo of dinner being served to be able to pilfer the keys. So yeah, it's sort of early evening.
Well, you wanna go to sleep now or investigate a bit more?
I mean, admittedly, all of them are in the mess hall now, so
The meth hole.
mess.
I mean, I want to go to the metal. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Meh.
we could take a quick look around.
Let's
not?
go find the metal, lads.
Would you like to go somewhere specific, or are you just going to walk at random?
If Malzray is saying that, Caldrax is going to walk back to the camp.
No! Come back!
I'd quite like to walk out towards the wind tower.
Okay.
Probably with Hal follows the wind, so he seems somewhat perhaps drawn to it for that reason. He might be intrigued to see from the outside, because they said it was closed, didn't they?
Yes.
Might be somewhat interested from the outside to see what it's all about, assuming that maybe there's a particularly strong breeze that comes through there which might make him feel close to Akadi. Question mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good enough reason to go over there anyway.
You head over to the tower, and as you sort of approach it, you can see it more and more.
Is there any way to know how much newer it is compared to the rest of the site? Like, might I recognise...
That is a
history
very
check?
good question.
Do some investigation, some history, something.
Give me a history check.
Can't promise I'll be any good at it, but I'll give it a go. Just not doing well on these rolls today, guys.
You can just tell that it's newer. It's like there's a building underneath that obviously was built first, and then the tower does seem to be separate.
Okay.
But beyond that, not a lot.
Is there any sign around it of... because I assume there's like snow everywhere on the ground, of people having gone in?
Make me a survival check.
Aye.
There are other numbers, Pi.
Clearly there is, but the dice modifiers decide not. I'm rolling different numbers.
You can't pick out separate tracks. There's a lot of people moving sort of all over the place.
Frustrating, because I want to know.
You see the tower itself. The top level of the tower has balconies on all four sides. But none of the balconies have railings. And slender columns from these balconies support the conical roof. The next 4 levels down each have an opening on one side. So the topmost floor with one balcony faces out to the east.
Yeah.
Then the north, west, and south.
Okay. Is there a good place over here that is accessible that we could sit with Hal to meditate? Whether that's we or just Pi and Hal, or...
There's a space that you think you could set up to sort of meditate out in the open near here.
Okay. So I think that might be a suggestion that Pi makes to Hal of perhaps it gives us time to not only perhaps for him to meditate, but also just to do a bit of people watching as people come back from having their evening meal, but kind of being there with purpose.
I would like to meditate.
Except we'll sit down with Hal then, and looks up at the other two. Are you joining, or are you going to have a bit more of an explore? Either way is fine.
No, I can join.
Sean?
Hello.
Hello, there you are.
Oh.
Cal isn't there. You went back to the guest house.
Okay.
Oh, he actually left. Okay.
Yeah, if Maldry was mocking him, he wasn't going to spend time with him. He was going back.
No, I wasn't mocking him. I was just mocking the fact your mic going off.
You sit outside the tower, near the building that the tower is built on.
Okay. It's a lot of towers.
You spot a young human woman approach the tower.
Okay.
And she pulls out a set of keys and unlocks the door. And then heads inside and locks the door again. You can hear the door.
We recognise the keys.
They don't look the same.
Oh. That would have been too simple.
Make me a quick insight check.
Insight. Hey, look, different number.
Hey!
Beautiful.
Hal gonna do one as well as.
Yeah, we'll give one to Hal.
Oh, Mal's on it.
You all notice that she looks a bit grumpy.
Oh. Well, that's kind of the deal with a lot of women I meet.
Decides to ignore that comment. Writes a mental note of that for later.
Alright. Are we just watching her go in, or are we gonna, like, sneak in and follow her?
Sneaky, you feeling?
With my +7 in stealth, I feel a little bit sneaky.
Hal points out that he knows how to pick locks.
Well, you're a fucking nerd. I would know how to pick locks, but I believe my thieves' tool snapped.
I'm not the most stealthy, but we could give it a go.
Unless we have passive as trace, which I believe I do not have.
Anyone got a way of contacting Cal?
We could try shouting.
No.
Yeah, if only you knew someone with enhanced ability. Oh no.
Oh, wow! Kalemvo! So glad of you to grace us with your presence. Cal isn't here right now. Would you like us to take a message?
Just looking at Hal's abilities, and he's got the ability now to run up flat surfaces.
Oh shit, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say I'm looking up being Saki to a god rules.
Just get struck by lightning. Then,
Yeah.
I believe that the Warhammer book has rules for that.
Yeah, they have a full list of things for Wrath of the Gods. And I'm pretty sure, of all the gods, you don't want to piss off the god of death.
It eventually happens so many times that Mauseray learns how to channel it. Like, go and hangs on to someone's really Saki to a god just so that they both get electrocuted.
Malzray just has frequent smiter miles.
Yeah.
I do love the Wrath of the Gods table in Warhammer. Brilliant.
So, are you attempting to sneak inside, or are you going to leave it for tonight?
I think leaving it for tonight would be safer.
Yeah.
Hal will finish off the meditation. And then...
yeah, we'll just be keeping an eye out. Maybe, does she come out at any point? Or is that the last we see of her into the evening?
Eventually she would leave because she's not staying there. She's working in there. If you stay for a couple of hours longer, she would leave. And
I guess that's quite likely for a meditation with Hal, isn't it?
yeah, he tends to take his time. So it's really kind of dependent on how long you are willing to wait with him.
Yeah, Pi would be staying with him. She's going for if they're, going with Hal on his pilgrimage, it would require staying with him, potentially.
So yeah, basically, eventually, a couple of hours pass and she leaves. She opens the door, closes it behind herself.
Looks at Mauseray and kind of whispers, "Another key to steal? Not right now, but might be worth keeping an eye out for."
Yeah. I'll take note.
Wonder where she's heading back to.
I couldn't say.
Investigation for tomorrow, maybe.
I'm starting to like this place now. Investigation is fun.
There's definitely a set of skills that are useful when trying to get behind doors we perhaps shouldn't.
Go on.
You know, those keys earlier.
Oh! Keys. I get it. I hate this session so much. I don't know why keys just fucking broke me.
Malzray's had too much to drink tonight, apparently.
I mean, I don't know what other things you were thinking of, but I was thinking of just, stealing keys.
I don't know, I was just expecting
Shuro, it sounds like you're I don't know, trying to think of some other favours you could do for people, but,
I was expecting something really convoluted and stupid, and it was just keys.
You're the one who does the crazy stuff.
Alright.
Pi is practical. She needs keys. There's the door.
Alright. Keys for the
I want to get Hal to run up a wall to go and sneak into a room to go and do X, Y, and Z to nick the keys. By all means.
Oh my god, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of that friggin' Mitchell and Webb sketch. And it's like BMX Boy and Angel Summoner. It's like BMX Boy's just like, okay, so I'm gonna like
summon
jump
a load
across,
of
like,
angels.
yeah, it's just like I'm gonna jump across like 3 roofs, do a flip and all that, and I'm gonna catch the criminal in the act. Oh, why don't I just summon my angels instead?
So,
Keys.
so I think this is a good place to stop tonight.
No, oh, God,
Yeah.
we haven't got the keys yet. I'm gonna like remember this next time and just fucking die.
Well, it's fine, because it all goes according to plan. Next time will be next week.
Oh really?
Because we moved the session from last week to this week, so we're doing 2 weeks in a row.
Oh brilliant. Okay, well tune in next week, guys, for keys.
Tune in next week for the continuing breakdown of Amy.
Just when Mauser turns up and it's got like 70 keys. Like, one of these is gonna fit the damn door.
Tune in.
Try and roll on them.
Tune into season 3, The Golden Keys.
So on that note, as we draw this session to a close, all it remains for me to say is thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know when we go live, and a completely free way that you can support us on the channel.
You get a free key if you do.
Free key offer is not valid in anywhere but the Forgotten Realms. In the meantime, here are the streams that we've got coming up. So tomorrow night, over on the Angel Games player channel, Angel will be playing more Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. She's getting really near the end of that game, so stay tuned for that. On Friday, the A-team is on Attrig. We're trying to stop another Shadow Mark, but it appears there are worse problems on Attrig than just a Shadow Mark trying to assemble an army of the dead.
Huh.
Seriously.
That is a predicament.
On Sunday, the Troll Skull team face a mission known only as the Deadly Delivery.
Oh shit.
So hopefully they take that side quest. Otherwise, the name of the episode makes no sense.
They just open the package, it's keys.
Signed, Mal.
It's just like one key, which doesn't unlock anything. He just did it to troll them.
On Monday night, we'll have more Minecraft Mondays. Whether that's more life in the village or Sean and I go back to...
Kind of depends whether I have a PC.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned. On Tuesday next week, we'll be back on the Sea of Thieves with vault hunting, I think. Whomsoever joins the crew of the Wooden Whale.
Wooden whale.
And next week, next Wednesday, we'll be back with more Golden Tooth, because we shifted the schedule around a little bit to get more people to last week's Feral Nights. We moved last week's Feral Nights to last week's Golden Tooth to this. There's been a reshuffle. We're doing more Golden Tooth next week. We can watch Amy's slow, rapid descent into madness continue next week.
Rounded. That's how words work.
I'm already there. We're just going deeper at this point.
So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, which window did that? Okay, that one. We'll do a raid over onto... We did New Sumo last night, so we'll give Jinjar 24/7 a raid as he plays Stygian Reign of the Old Ones.
Ooh. Intriguing. I have no idea. That's why I'm intrigued.
So go say hello to him, and we'll see you guys again real soon. For now, good night.